Welcome to this gentle yoga series with Swoop Yoga. Hope you're having a lovely morning or evening or middle of the day. So we'll just get settled into our yoga mat wherever we are in a nice comfortable seat that works for you, whether that's cross-legged or your legs out long. And we'll just find a nice tall spine. We'll drop the shoulders away from the ears. And if you're happy to close your eyes, then do so, or just have a gentle gaze in front of you. And imagine the top of your head is reaching towards the sky. And just relax all the muscles in your face, relax the jaw, and all the muscles around your neck and shoulders. And we'll just start with 3 inhales and exhales. So we're going to inhale in through the nose, fill up the belly, fill up the lungs, pause at the top, and out through the mouth. And doing this again, in through the nose, watching the lungs expand, filling up the belly, pause, and out through the mouth. And just one more of these in your own time. Good, and open your eyes. So we're going to start in our tabletop position. So bringing the shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees, and just with some cat-cows. So we're going to drop the belly and looking up, bring the chest forward, inhaling, and exhaling, rounding through, pushing the shoulder blades apart, dropping the head down, looking towards the navel. Drop the belly, looking up, inhale, and rounding through, exhaling. And just keeping this movement going. And bringing the spine back to neutral. We're going to sort of shift the weight into the right knee in the hands, and we're going to bring the left knee out to the side. So we have the knee at a 45-degree angle out behind, and then we're just going to make some circles with that knee, so dropping it down to the floor and then bringing it up to the side and back. So some really nice big circles, getting some movement into the hip joint, but engaging through the glutes, pushing through the right side of the body as well, pushing through the hands, engaging the core, and change direction. Nice big gentle circles, getting as much movement into that hip as we can. Good, and placing the knee back down for a moment, and then we're going to raise the left knee up and out to the side once more, and shifting the weight to the left hand. Then we're going to lift the right arm so the hand is coming up towards the head, and then we're going to bring the elbow and the knee together under the body, rounding through the spine. And then we're going to inhale, lifting up, so lifting the right elbow and the left knee. So exhale, bring the elbow and knee to join, and inhale, opening up through the chest, looking up. Exhale, rounding through, and just one more of those, lifting the knee and the elbow as high as we can, and then dropping it back down to the floor. We're going to step the left foot out to the left side, so the leg is extended, and then we're just going to rock gently back and forward, so bringing the hips forwards and then all the way back, hips to heels. So you should feel a nice stretch on the inside of the left leg, just rocking that weight forward and back. Good. And then coming back to neutral, then we're going to hover that left foot off the ground and then bring the left leg out behind us. So we're going to plant the left foot at the very base of the mat, swing the right foot to the right edge of the mat, and then we're going to inhale that left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, we're going to drop the left arm over to the top edge of the yoga mat and trying to keep that left shoulder open. And just breathing into the left side body here. So really reaching the left fingertips away, but staying grounded down through the left foot on the floor as well. Good. On the next exhale, we're going to plant the hand back down and just come back into our tabletop position and take it on the other side. So we're going to shift the weight into that left knee and into the hands, and then bring the right knee up out to the right hand side, a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to make some big circles with that right hip. So lifting the knee as high as it will go, really engaging through the glutes, through the core, pushing through the hands, and making some nice big gentle circles in that right hip. And then changing direction. Good. And dropping that right knee back down. And then we're going to lift that right knee out to the side once more, putting the weight into the right hand, lifting the left hand up towards the head. And we inhale, lift the left shoulder, the left elbow and the right knee. And we exhale, round through the spine, bring elbow and knee to meet. So inhale, lifting and reaching, looking up. And exhale, rounding through, elbow and knee to meet. Inhale, reach and lift. And exhale, rounding through. And one more. Planting everything back down into our tabletop. And this time stepping the right foot out to the right hand side of the mat. So extending the right leg straight and gently rocking the weight back and forwards. Hips drop towards the hands. And then we push all the way back, hips to heel. So trying to keep that movement with the breath. Exhaling as you drop back, and inhaling, bringing the weight forwards. And bringing the weight to neutral, we're going to hover that right foot just off the floor and then bringing it out behind us. And then we plant the right foot parallel with the bottom edge of the yoga mat. Swing the left foot out behind us, pushing into the left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, dropping the right hand towards the top edge of the mat. So the right bicep is alongside the right ear. And trying to keep that shoulder nice and open as much as we can. Grounding down through that bottom right foot. Breathing into the right side body. Good, and then coming back down into our tabletop position. From here we're going to walk the hands forwards towards that top edge and dropping the head down towards the mat, coming into puppy pose so the hips stay lifted. If this is too much for your shoulders, then make sure that you stack your fists one on top of each other. We're trying to push down through the hands, so we're trying to keep the elbows off the mat if we can. Good. Then coming back up onto all fours into our tabletop. From here, we're going to have the toes tucked. I'm going to lift up into our first downward dog. So trying to push through the hands, the palms of the hands, the fingers, trying to get our chest as close to our thighs as we can. Have the knees as bent as you need, and just pedaling out the legs, so bending one knee at a time. And from here, we're going to walk the hands towards the feet and coming into our forward fold. So cradling the elbows, letting the head hang heavy. Have the knees as bent as you need, bringing the chest close towards the knees. And just letting everything go in this forward fold. Maybe making some gentle sways from left to right if that feels good. Always remembering to just listen into your body, whatever it needs, not pushing too far, just breathing into discomfort but not experiencing any pain. And then super slowly we're going to release the hands down towards the floor, and slowly as we can coming up into a standing position, stacking the vertebra one at a time before we come into our stand. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring the hands down to the heart, and then bringing the hands down to the side, palms of the hands facing forward in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So really strong down through the feet, engaging the legs, the core, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, and just taking a breath, feeling grounded and strong in this mountain pose. We're going to inhale, reach up for the sky. Exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, bring hands to the shins, looking up. And exhale, we're going to walk the hands forward into our plank pose. And you can keep the knees lifted or drop them down to the floor. Exhale all the way down to the ground. Inhale, pushing up for upward dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, pushing back for downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs one more time. And we're going to look towards the hands and then step the right foot in between the hands and coming up into our warrior two position. So the knee is as bent as we can, but staying in line with the toes. The back left foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat, reaching the arms out long, really extending the fingers away from each other. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other on the back and gazing down the right middle finger. We're going to straighten that front right leg, reach the right arm up to the sky, left hand down the back leg for reverse warrior. And from here, we're going to come into our warrior two, but as we do, we're going to bend the right knee and exhale, and then we're going to do a lion breath. So we're going to have our tongue extended and making a bit of a noise. It's going to sound like this. So we inhale, straighten the right knee, and exhale for lion breath. Inhale, straighten. And last one, lion breath. Very good. Going to drop the right knee to the right elbow. And then inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing the left fingertips towards the top edge of the mat. Really reaching through the left hand, the left arm, the left bicep towards the ear. Really strong down through the back leg. Breathing into the left ribs. Good, and bring the hands down to the floor, step the right foot back into plank, maybe shifting our weight around slightly, and then exhale, lowering all the way down to the mat. Inhale for upward dog. And before we go to our second round, we'll just push back into child pose, so bringing the knees to the outside edges of the mat and hips to heels, dropping the head down to the floor. You can have the hands ahead of you extended, or you can bring the arms down to the sides into a more restorative child pose. And inhale, coming back up into our tabletop position, and then tuck the toes, lifting the hips to the sky into downward dog. Pedal out the legs, pushing the chest back, and look towards the hands, stepping the left foot in between the hands and coming up warrior two on the other side. So again, bending that left knee, sinking as low into that left hip as we can, reaching the arms away from each other. The back right foot parallel with the back edge of the mat, and staying as grounded down through the feet and the legs as we can. Inhale, straighten that front left leg, bringing the left arm up towards the sky, dropping the right hand down the right leg. Breathing into the ribs here. And then we'll come to our lying breaths on the other side. So we're going to inhale, straighten the front left leg, and as we exhale, we're lying breath. Sinking nice and low. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lion. And last one, give it everything you have. Excellent. Bringing the left knee to the elbow. Inhale, reaching that right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, dropping the right hand towards the top edge of the mat. Really reaching through the right hand, trying to stay open in the shoulder. Grounded down through the feet. And just getting your breath here. Good, and then dropping the hands back down to the mat, stepping the left foot back into our plank pose. Hold here for a moment. Maybe moving the weight around. And again, you can drop the knees or keep them lifted, lowering all the way down. Inhale for upward dog. And exhale, we're going to push back into our child pose again. You can have the knees slightly far apart. And then this time we're going to reach around for the base of the foot, maybe holding on to the heels. And then we're going to lift the bum, lift the hips. So we're going to come onto the crown of the head, and we're kind of pushing away with the heels and really trying to separate the shoulder blades. So hopefully feels like a nice stretch in the back of the shoulders. Good, and release. And then just coming into our child pose here, and you can have the hands stretched out in front if you want to keep stretching through the shoulders, or just again down by the sides of the legs. And slowly coming back up into a seat. Now we're going to come into our butterfly pose, so bringing the soles of the feet together, holding on to the ankles, and using the elbows to kind of prise the thighs open. So you're going to inhale, have a nice tall spine, and exhale, trying to bring the chest closer towards the feet. And release. And then we shall have both legs extended out in front of us, nice and long. And we're going to place the hands down by the sides of the hips. Imagine the crown of your head as being stretched up towards the sky, so you have a nice tall spine. And just connect with the breath here. So we're trying to push down through the palms of the hands. If you find that your arms don't quite reach, feel free just to kind of use your fists. You can also get some blocks as well. I'm trying to drop the shoulders away from the ears, engaging all the legs and the core, all the muscles, in the legs and the core. And then we are going to, on our next exhale, keep the spine nice and straight, fold from the hips, and then walking the hands down by the sides of the legs. Maybe they rest on the shins, on the ankles, keeping our gaze towards the feet, and then perhaps reaching all the way around for the base of the feet. And just breathing into the backs of the legs. And release, coming back up. We shall bend the right knee, hugging it in towards the body and stepping it over the left leg, so the outside of the left thigh. We can use the left elbow to hug that right knee in and then bring the right hand out behind. So we inhale, straighten the spine, and exhale, twist and look over the right shoulder. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can bring the left elbow to the outside edge of that right thigh. Make the twist that bit deeper. And release from the twist. Sun is just dropping down. Extend the right leg long, hug that left knee in towards the chest, step it over the right thigh, right knee hooks, inhale, twist, and looking over that left shoulder, exhale. And again, if you want that extra deep twist, the elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh. And release from the twist. And we'll come down onto our back. So the knees are bent. Bring the arms out to the side and drop the knees to the left and gaze over the right shoulder. And bringing the knees up through center, dropping them to the right and looking down the left shoulder. And bringing the knees back up to the middle. Hug the knees into the chest, bring the nose up to the knees, maybe a gentle kind of rock from side to side. And then we shall extend the legs out long. If you want to get a blanket or put some socks on, bringing the arms down by the sides. If you can try and wiggle your shoulder blades together underneath, palms of the hands face the sky. Taking a nice inhale, fill up the lungs, fill up the belly, and let it all out through the mouth. Just return to your normal breathing pattern. If you're happy to close your eyes, and do so. And just connecting with the body now. Just really listening to what it's trying to tell you. Is it feeling energized? Is it feeling tired? And just trying to relax all the muscles down the legs, the core, the arms, all the muscles around the neck and the shoulders. Relaxing the jaw, the forehead, all the muscles around the eyes and the cheeks. Just letting it all go. And just staying connected with the breath. Watching how the belly rises and falls. How the ribs expand and contract. And then if you do have the time to pause the video here and enjoy the Shavasana for longer, then please do. And if not, we'll start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And very gently rolling over onto one side. Before slowly coming up to a sit. And we'll just do one final inhale of the arms reaching to the sky. And exhale and start. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this gentle yoga session. I hope you enjoyed it, and please feel free to leave any comments below.